Blessed good evening to everyone. At this time, I'm asking you to come a bit closer as we begin to see this meeting. And as you come a bit closer, I ask you to stand as we offer a word of prayer to begin. Let us pray. O gracious and merciful Father, thank you for this evening. We thank you for bringing us to this wonderful village of Charlotteville to spread the good news of the People's National Movement to the people of Charlotteville and environment. Dear Lord, I ask you to guide and protect this meeting. Bless all speakers in a very special way. Guide and protect us. These are all the blessings I ask you, Lord. Amen. A pleasant good evening to the people of Charlotteville and environs. No, we have to do better than that. A pleasant good evening to the people of Charlotteville and environs. That sounds much better. I want to welcome you to my hometown as chairman of the Charlotteville Party Group. I extend a very hearty welcome to our dear Chief Secretary and Deputy Political Leader of Labor Affairs, the Honorable London. We welcome you to Charlotteville. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize and welcome as well all representatives or sitting representatives, the Honorable Tracy Davidson Celeste. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me as well as we welcome the Secretary for Works and Infrastructure, the hard working Larry Medved. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join with me in applause as we welcome the next member of Parliament for Tobago East, Mrs. Ayana Webster Roy. And in the midst, I recognize you. I recognize our Assistant Secretary in the Division of Health and Social Services, our young and energetic Secretary for Settlement and Labor, or Secretary Sheldon Cunningham, and Secretary Dion Isaac. Welcome there. Ladies and gentlemen, also with us is the Secretary for Agriculture, Marine Affairs, and the Environment, who is responsible for that wonderful fishing facility that you have seen in your way coming in, Mr. Godwin Adams. To you, the faithful members of the PNM, I welcome you. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, the PNM is in Charlotteville to bring you good news, as we have done in years gone by. The PNM has been the PNM from ever since. 60 years ago, we were the PNM, and today we are still the People's National Movement. And every time we come to Charlotteville, we don't come in parts. We come as one party, one people, the People's National Movement. And you need to give yourself a round of applause for that. My friends, this evening, as I introduce the first speaker, the Secretary for Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Mr. Larry Melville, I welcome him to bring you greetings this evening, Mr. Larry Melville.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let me ask you to give Mr. Eastman a round of applause for vibrant and actually Chairman. Let me begin by recognizing and acknowledging the presence of the Chief Secretary, the Secretary for the PNM, Honorable Council Members. Let me recognize Honorable Open London, and let me take the opportunity to congratulate him for this very sterling speech yesterday evening at Woodford Square. Made all of us proud, made Tobago proud, as we normally does it. And the recognition from the national group of people that was there was immense. Let me also recognize my colleague, the Deputy Chief Secretary, and your area representative, Mrs. Tracy. Again, we get to know quite a bit over the last 2 months or so. And our next member of Parliament of the Tobago East, Mr. Diana Webster Roy. Let me also recognize my colleagues among us here, Secretaries and Assistant Secretaries of the Tobago House of Assembly. Of course, you, the very good people of Charlotteville, visitors, PNM family, good evening. It's always a pleasure for me to be in Charlotteville, and even more of a pleasure when I have an opportunity to speak in Charlotteville. Because, of course, Charlotteville to me, in a sense, is home. Because my grandmother was from here and my mother grew up here. So when I come to Charlotteville, I know I come to a community that I am a part of, and it's a part of me.
Thank God for you too.
And at the time like this evening, I come to Charlotteville with exactly 21 days to go for 2015 general election. 21 days from now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time there will be half an hour left for the polls closed. There will be half an hour left to elect a new MP to Tobago East, to elect a new set of representatives, and of course to elect a new government of Senator to be. That is what we are here for this afternoon. We are here to see the new people of Charlotteville and the various community about why or what we have to do in the days ahead and what we have to do 21 days from now. Because we have a general election And it's a very clear issue as far as I'm concerned, very clear general election. We have a number of entities, individuals seeking to get themselves elected on September 7th. But of course, we know anyone who has been holding on understanding knows that this is really a general election between the People's National Movement and the United National Congress, the UNC. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you, what color anybody comes in, whether they call themselves TOP, Tobago Forwards. This is a contest between the PNM and the UNC. And anybody else who comes to you is coming on behalf of the UNC. We are the PNM, and we are very clear about who we are. We have been so for 60 years. We are very clear about who we are. And when the PNM comes to the people of Charlotteville, comes to the people of Tobago, we know exactly what the PNM brings with it. We bring in this general election a leader of the people rowing, a Tobagonian. We bring to Tobago an opportunity for there to be a Tobago-born Prime Minister who understands the needs, the desires, the feelings of Tobagonians. We bring to you a candidate, an intelligent, articulate, sincere young woman, Diana Webster-Roy, was, as I said before, I've had the pleasure to move over the last few months, and I must say that I am very impressed. So that you in Tobago East, we the people of Tobago East, we know that for the last 5 years, we have had an MP, a representative, and every time we hear a voice on the radio, see her on the television, we cringe, but we don't know what to come next. We have been embarrassed over and over the last 5 years. And in making a decision on September 7th, you have to bear into consideration. You have to recognize that Tobago East deserves more than what we have done over the last 5 years. Tobago East has been represented by a number of great people over many years. And we deserve better than we have done over the last 5 years. Trinidad and Tobago has been run by a number of governments since the independence in 1962. And we deserve better than how we have been governed for the last 5 years. I am old enough to remember decades ago, if you needed to get US dollars or foreign currency, you have to travel or go to some overseas. You used to have to apply to the central bank and wait for the central bank to determine if you will get and how much you will get. For 20 years now, the Trinidad and Tobago has had a floating exchange rate, a match low, and anybody who wants foreign exchange has been able to go to the bank and be able to acquire whatever they desire. In the last 18 months to 2 years, that has changed. And now we have come to a point where the largest bank in the country has stopped selling foreign exchange to review the system in terms of how we can achieve it going forward in the future. That sends a very bad signal. That says that we have gone back to where we were 20 years ago. And it's a symptom of so many things in this country over the last 5 years. Trinidad and Tobago has had the biggest and best economy in the region for a very long time. And yesterday I was at the airport. Among a number of persons in the region who were traveling out of Trinidad and Tobago. And I was embarrassed by the kinds of comments and the kinds of discussion that I heard among those persons. People from Guyana, people from St. Lucia, because Trinidad and Tobago has lost its status in the region. We have lost the respect that the rest of the region has accorded us. As I said, another symptom of where we have come in the last 5 years. This country has fallen. We have a situation where if you talk to any reputable economist in the country, they will tell you that Central Fiscal Office that has gathered information and gathered data analysis for this country for many decades has been neglected by the government and does not function. And they will tell you that they are suspicious of the information provided by the Central Bank and other agencies of the government. Another system. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, we in Trinidad and Tobago have come to a point where our government has put our economy and our economic system in significant danger. And we know, those of us who are enough to know hard times in this country, what can happen if that continues. As I said, it's a symptom. You can look at various institutions and systems in the country that have gone on the same road, whether it be the judiciary, whether it be the police force, the justice system. You can look at most institutions in this country in the last 5 years have flagged and put our way of life at threat. That is what September 7th is about. September 7th is about reclaiming Trinidad, reclaiming country that is providing most of us with sustenance, develop and grow us and our children. And that has been put in danger by the performance and behavior of the UNC government. The government that has proven itself to be the most corrupt in our history has proven itself to be very incompetent and inefficient. A government that has fired more than 25 ministers. In other words, it has fired the whole cabinet. And come September 7th, the people of Trinidad, the people of Tobago, the people of Charlotteville have a responsibility to go to the polls to correct that. Because 5 more years of this, and we will not have a country that we can recognize. So the those who say that they're not voting for this election, if you don't vote in this election, you are giving the UNC another chance at governing this country. For those who say that they are not satisfied with the performance of the assembly, this election is not about that. This election is not about treason. It's not about the war that carry a billion. This election. Eric? Yeah. I was saying, to those who say that they will not vote in this election because they don't see the important. If you don't vote, you are giving the UNC another opportunity to govern the country for 5 more years. And in so way, they are going to have a chance of people that you are not going to recognize anymore. For those who say that they are not voting because they are unhappy about things that they are not delivered to them as yet, I say to you, this election is not about treason. It's not about the war that can't build yet. It's not about the big war that can't fix yet. This election is about Trinidad and Tobago and the future of Trinidad and Tobago. Because if we don't have a vibrant, functioning Trinidad and Tobago, there is not going to be resources available to the Tobago House of Assembly to do all of the things that you want on the Tobago House of Assembly. If there isn't a vibrant and functioning Trinidad and Tobago, the Tobago House of Assembly cannot have the autonomy necessary for us to be able to provide better and more goods and services to the people of Tobago. For us to be able to make laws that govern our future and determine our way of life in Tobago. This election is all about that. This election is about making a choice on September 7th to get rid of the UNC government led by this Charlotteville session. Can you imagine people that the government has been in power for 5 years We have elections 3 weeks from today. Tomorrow is nomination day. Tomorrow, every candidate who wants to work for election has to go to the Election and Boundaries Commission and file their documents and pay the deposit to be recognized and be treated as a candidate. And the UNC that has been in power for 5 years has not finalized the state of candidates who are going to work or who are going to go to the EDC on Monday morning. What kind of government is that? What kind of government that has been in power for so long can't even determine who it wants to represent in different constituencies of the country? And we have here in Tobago two organizations that are tied to the US. And I say tied because one of them, Tobago Forwards, is led by a lady who was the former minister in the UNC. She has not come out and said to anyone that she had any problems with what the UNC had done and is doing. So we have to assume that she is still tied to the UNC. So I think for the forwards, if you vote for President Moy Tobago West or go to Race Harris in Tobago East, you are voting to flip the seats, the 2 seats in Tobago back to the UNC. You are voting to have more to say. You are voting to endanger the prospects for your children, your grandchildren, for your community, and for Tobago. We were so happy to be an organization that since the part of living in 2030 has gone on disappeared from the face of Tobago. And all of a sudden you see them appearing again because the election is in the air. And of course, if they want to get to a vote, they will do the same thing. They will take the seat that they have and take it to the standard or predecessor to form the next government of Trinidad and Tobago. Because they don't care. The leader told me how he has benefited from being associated with the UNC. It is his benefit, but it is his benefit to an association, but it is not to the benefit of the people of Tobago. But the people of Tobago will know that for the last 5 years, we have not gotten our fair share, or gotten our fair share of guys in Tobago. In 2010, when Tobagoans go when they gave their votes to the TOP and by extension to the UNC and left them into office, there were many projects they marked for Tobago. Projects that have changed the lives of the Tobagonians. Projects that have made us more secure. 2 police stations, one at Roxroad, one at Bridge. A Coast Guard headquarters for a village, all of which have improved security of people. And for 5 years, nothing has been done, and you are not doing a voice from your representative to Tobago East or Tobago West, or from the TOP, or from any people that come to you where you do jurisdictions that they have before us. So we are not benefiting. In 2010, when the UNC came to government, the government of Trinidad and Tobago had committed to the Tobago House Assembly to assist the assembly in a number of infrastructure projects, including joining the Colombian Highway. We in Tobago, people have all people who are born by Colombian completes and bombs. And we have to, and our main artery is our one-lane artery. And the government of Trinidad and Tobago at that time, PNM government, had committed to include all roads as part of their national highways project. Of course, we are not doing it in our own since then. We have the airport, the seaport, the transportation system in Trinidad for 5 years. No one in Tobago has stood up and spoken about them. No one has protected us in Parliament concerning those issues. That is why we bring to you, I know it's alright. A young woman born and raised in Roxroad, a young woman good and has grown up and lived in Tobago, I understand the struggle of country people. A young woman that is sincere and one that can to Trinidad, not just Trinidad, but take concerns to the cabinet and the government of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what we want. We don't want to represent that goes to Parliament and out of Parliament and works. Because I like this, everybody cares about that. We have to have that nexus when we pass of the next cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. I was in Port of Spain yesterday. I saw a tsunami of rain. A tsunami. I have seen many events in Woodward Square, beside political events. And I have never seen that quantum of persons in that location. So I got a tsunami of rain. And it is very clear to me that come September 7th, the People's National Movement is going to form the next government of Trinidad and Tobago. And we in Tobago East have to be part of that. We have to put ourselves at the table. We have to elect a candidate that is going to be part of that government. So all concerns are not only put in the parliament, all concerns are going to be put on the cabinet table. So when the autonomy to the table, when the security concerns to the table, help with the infrastructure projects, that is basically going to be there. I want to remind you, because it is for many people, it will be convenient to forget. It will be convenient to forget that we have not been properly represented for 5 years. It will be convenient to forget that we have sat here in the day and see a government spend in excess of $50 billion US, almost $400 billion, and people look at Trinidad and Tobago, you cannot see the transformation that should have put forward. And we can't forget that. Come September 7th is about one thing. It is about ensuring that fluency and Mrs. Cameron predecessor are out of our lives in Trinidad and Tobago. Coming September 7th is about ensuring that the people Christopher Rowley is the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago with a healthy margin of seats that allows it to get a chance to govern this country, to bring a good governance to this country for 5 years. It is about ensuring on September 7th that we have a member of Parliament with people that we can rely on. This Anna Roy, I have seen her every 3 months I've gone over the last few weeks. She ended the election and started with already. So I know that come September 7th, if she is elected, that all of the things that he has not represented are going to get. And I know what it's about. The issues that people will come to and try to get to, not to vote for the PNM or not to vote at all, do not listen to them. Remember, issues are clear. Do not let people fool you about the fact that the PNM will take away protection or reduce protection. That is nonsense. PNM has a manifesto that says clearly what it's going to do, and that those things are not there. Do not let people fool you about the fact that this election is about what the Assembly has not done. As I said to you before, it's not about that. It's about getting a good governance in Trinidad and Tobago. And therefore, I want to urge all of you to take interest, to listen to the message brought by PNM. Because Dr. P. Rowley has, and the PNM has a plan to restore Trinidad and Tobago. Not the kind of plan that you see plastered all over the papers and the television, not the kind of annoyance that you get all the time that you see on the media about Kamala has a plan. People has a real plan. And after 5 years, the government is trying to change this country. Those are the time for any plan. Let's go peace. Let's never be trusted with the peace. So concept it is about that. It's about ensuring that PNM reduce governance and let's operate the government to that entity. Ayana Roy is elected as the next member of Parliament to the East. Like in the Tobago West, the Shampo Ojo is elected as member of Parliament for Tobago West. So on the 9th of December, 21 days from now, in Charlotteville, and to all all the communities in we want to be, East, North side. We can say on victory. We can get the results and know that we have two MPs that will go to Parliament and serve our interests. And we can sit and we can dance, we can sing, I don't know what you call it. That might happen because I put marginal which might quite large, so we will get that when that happens. But we can stand on 97 and show with joy, bring us together, and that's good. Thank you very much.
PNM people, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's give it up for Mr. Charlotteville. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Melville has spoken on a lot of important points. He spoke about infrastructure. He spoke about the US crisis that is now facing us in Trinidad and Tobago. He also spoke about the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not one of the tiring ones, but I know for a fact when he delivers substance. Give him another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this election is a serious one. I don't know about you, but 5 years ago, the PNM was in Charlotteville, and you gave us your full support. However, it did not work out in 2010 for the People's National Movement. And you saw the results. You saw when a telephone operator was moved from a position to head the Strategic Intelligence Agency in Trinidad and Tobago. You saw when the government, during the fighting and parading and celebration of independence, passed a law to free criminals, to free their finances. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it all. And you have a chance. You have a chance on September 7th to turn away with that type of politics. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a responsibility to come out on September 7th and put the People's National Movement back into the corridors of power. Ladies and gentlemen, under the People's Partnership, we would have lost out economically, lost out locally, lost out internationally. People are laughing at us. Ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to elect a government. As a matter of fact, a government of 41. I don't know whether you keep up with the news and what is happening around the world last time. I can remember Charlotteville saying that he wanted more than 30 seats this time around. But it wasn't so. They took away 5. They took away 5 seats from the Congress of the People. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not the democracy. That is not partnership. My dear friends, we in the PNM have chosen 41 candidates. And I tell you what we did it. They came to the party groups and the people said, yes, this is what we want. Then they went to the council in the case of the House of Assembly, and the council said, yes, these are the people we want to send to Trinidad to represent us. And then at Centrex, we had a convention yesterday, and the convention approved all 41 candidates, all 41, under the purview and the view of the people in the party. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid it is not so in the United National Congress. It is not so. Here you have a prime minister who is winning elections in our own party and no one wants to face him in the polls. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not democracy. Democracy is when you give everyone equal opportunity to choose who they wish to represent them. So you have a prime minister who is going to put herself before you, but you will be doing so in the eyes of our party illegally. And so too are all the other executive members of the United National Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a choice. You have a real choice. And that choice is the People's National Movement. At this time, I would like to bring to you a young lady who stood with us, a young lady who walked with us, a young lady who worked with us, a young lady who worked for us, a young lady who is sitting as our representative for Landfulness, Speyside, Charlotteville, Casar, Panatube. A young lady, when you call, she answers. A young lady who is always in Charlotteville, Speyside, Landfulness, Casar, Panatube. Unlike the other representative who you can't say to. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I'm speaking of. I bring to you your representative, my representative, the Honorable Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary for Tourism, Tracy Davidson Celestine.
PNM people, be ready and be ready. I want to thank the chairman, Mr. Curry, for that introduction, and at the same time recognize our guests and welcome to Charlotteville the Deputy Political Leader and Chief Secretary of Tobago, Mr. Orville London. Also at the head table, I want to recognize Councillor and Secretary with responsibilities for infrastructure and public utilities, Mr. Gary Melville. And at the same time, recognize all the secretaries and assistant secretaries who are in our midst and who have journeyed from near and far to be here with you in Charlotteville. Let's hear it for our next MP for Tobago East, our candidate, Mrs. Ayana Webster Roy. And the lady who has a huge responsibility come September 7, 2015, because we did not have representation in the Tobago East electoral district for the last 5 years. And you, residents of the community, supporters, well-wishers, and all of Tobago, a pleasant evening is extended to each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, people of Charlotteville, the time has come for us to once again return to the polls. The time has come once again for us to select a government that can manage this country and to chart our future. The time has come again for us to vote solidly and boldly for the People's National Movement. This is a movement that has a track record of service and the only organization that has time and time again demonstrated that it can manage this country. And we have seen all
just a little bit under the podium. You just want to establish that there's a podium shot. You don't want the whole podium, like something like that.
I am convinced, ladies and gentlemen, that the people of Trinidad and Tobago is in fact a PNM country. I am pleased to stand on behalf of the People's National Movement because this is a party that seeks to restore the democratic process, a party that seeks to establish a culture of good governance, and it will come September 7, 2015, seek to restore the basic values and principles in this all beloved Trinidad and Tobago for us and also our future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen how this country has led administration under the guise of the People's Partnership. And so come September 7, 2015, we must vote solidly and only for the People's National Movement and for Ayana West representing Tobago East. Beloved brothers and sisters, these are not times to experiment and to take up undecided status. Too many times I hear my people indicate that they will not be voted because of X or Y or Z personal reasons. And so I am urging you today, I am using this opportunity to indicate and to encourage you to go out to the polls. We have to seek to rally the support of every resident in this community. We have to rally the support of every resident and citizen in Tobago and by extension Trinidad and Tobago, because I am of the firm view that this organization, this movement called the People's National Movement, will bring back stability to this nation. It is important that you come out and make support for visionary, competent, and credible leader who can transform and lead Trinidad and Tobago. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, that you come out and vote for a leader and a candidate who can rally and move the development forward on behalf of Tobago and in collaboration with the Tobago House of Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that this election is not only about Labour Party, but about electing one who understands governance systems and electing one who promotes the principles of integrity, morality, transparency, and even fairness. It is about electing a leader who supports women and youth development. It is about electing an administration who understands the constitutional arrangement between Trinidad and Tobago. And most importantly, it is about saving Trinidad and Tobago from the morass in which we currently find ourselves. And so, brothers and sisters, at this time, there is one such leader in all of Trinidad and Tobago. One such leader in this Trinidad Republic who fits that description. All very own son of the soil, and a political leader who has labored in the vineyard for well over 3 decades. And so that is the Honorable Dr. Christopher Keith Rowley, who will be the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm sure he will receive a representation from our candidate here with Tobago East, Mrs. Ayana Webster, and also our candidate in Tobago West, Ms. Shaffa Padro. Specific to Tobago, ladies and gentlemen, under this PNM-led assembly, this island has been on the developmental paradigm, and we need to continue this drive in order to protect our legacy. And we can only achieve that if we have the PNM operating in Tobago and the PNM operating in Trinidad. Because we saw how the relationship between Trinidad and Tobago would have decayed and deteriorated over the last 5 years. And so even as we are campaigning, the Tobago House of Assembly is still faced with unresolved issues. And that is why I have said at the beginning that both our Tobago East representative and our Tobago West representative has had a Herculean task. Because due to the failure of the central government and the People's Partnership, they have failed to provide us with the base committees to improve the quality of life for Togolans. They continue to drag their feet and to treat the island and the people of Tobago as second-class citizens, though we are contributing endlessly to the gross domestic product. The people in Charlotteville will know of the issues that they face with public transportation. The people in Speyside will tell you of the issues that they face with accessing public transportation from Scarborough and Charlotteville. People inter-island ferry services. Some of us go to Trinidad on a very regular basis, whether it's people business or otherwise. And I am sure many of you have spent countless hours at the airport trying to get on a flight to come back to Tobago after your business will have been concluded in Trinidad. And let us look at the funding for our social programs, such as CPEP and the URP programs. And that is for all brothers and sisters. The central government continues to pay lip service to the development of key initiatives which fall under the responsibility of the central government. And that is why we are sending Ayala Webster. That is why we are sending a shampoo patrol to Trinidad to ensure that Rowley and the People's National Movement give Tobago the autonomy that we have so long been agitating for. Enough is enough with regards to budgetary shortfalls. Enough is enough with regards to untimely funding. Enough is enough with regards to the issues of regulations and legislation that continue to be a great issue and concern for us, not only in the Tobago House of Assembly, but for all of us Tobagonians. We have to be able to chart our course here on this island. We have to have a plan that can lead us towards self-preservation and self-determination. And so, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, residents in Charlotteville and environ, in order to move Tobago forward, we must send Charlotteville from the west, Ayala Webster from the east, and go solidly and boldly for the People's National Movement from September 7, 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, a typical example is our tourism sector. And this is a sector that is critical to the economic stability of this island. If we are to remain competitive, if we are to compete with our regional destinations, our tourism infrastructure has to meet international standards. And so it pains my heart, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure it pains your heart as well, to see how the People's Partnership and the United National Congress and even your former Tobago East representative and West representative would have treated Tobago over the last 5 years. Look at the condition of the A&R Robinson Airport. $44 million will be spent to fix that airport. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen no significant improvement in that airport. And apart from that, we are not asking for an improved airport. We are asking for a new international airport that can meet the needs of all of us here in Tobago and all of those who come. And so we have to vote solidly and boldly for the People's National Movement, the only organization that has a plan for the development of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the condition of the port in Scarborough. We have not heard a word from the Tobago East representative. We have not heard a word from the Tobago West representative as to how and when and why the People's Partnership did not fix our port in Scarborough. A building that is right in the heart of Scarborough, low condition today. It cannot even house us 60,000 people on this island. Far less for us to try to bring cruise visitors and international persons to that facility. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we must agitate. Charlotteville, there is the TOP UNC Alliance that has been in office for the last 5 years. And so the residents of Charlotteville must ask the question, what have they done for my community? What have they done for Tobago? What have they done for you, the residents of Charlotteville? You must ask the TOP UNC Alliance, where is the Coast Guard base that was supposed to have been implemented since 2010? You must ask the question, why did the TOP and the UNC representative partner with her colleague, Ganga Singh, to derail the mall project for the people of Charlotteville? They would have been here on several occasions, trying their best to support that project, a project that the people of Charlotteville would have demanded time and time again. And the result, the mall project is 2 years late, and to date, the people of Charlotteville have not been able to maximize the benefit from this facility. And while all of this is happening, your Tobago East representative, your Tobago West representative, and even President Moore, who was a part of the cabinet and who was in Parliament at a point in time, said nothing on behalf of the people of Charlotteville, and most importantly, on behalf of the people of Tobago. And so this clearly shows that the People's Partnership and the United National Congress are not concerned about the development of the people in communities throughout Tobago, ladies and gentlemen. And so I want to go further, and I want to ask, what has the UNC-led People's Partnership government and the Tobago East representative done for Charlotteville and for Tobago East? Charlotteville is well poised to be a significant port of call for cruise. Did you hear the TOP and the UNC Alliance, who was in Parliament and who was in Cabinet for the last 5 years, seek to represent or even argue for additional funding to work on your jetty? Did you hear the TOP or the UNC Alliance seek to work with EMA to have those approvals come in place so that the facility can be developed for the people of Charlotteville? And so the answer is no, ladies and gentlemen. A resounding no. And that is why you must reject them when they come seeking your support to go back to Parliament on September 7th, 2020.
You looked at it or just flip it in?
President Moore, and I said it earlier, but when you go down to Rock's Road, you will see it is a very poor state of the magistrate court. That is in need of significant repairs. As a matter of fact, we need a new magistrate court in Rock's Road. Delman Baker was also a part of the cabinet, and yet we have not been able to secure funding for URB or even CPEP. And as I said earlier, the next topic was your representative for Tobago East, and all we have received today are handouts and empty promises. She is otherwise known as the lady. And so, what you have gotten in Charlotteville, what you have gotten is as a result of the representation of the People's National Movement and no other. Brothers and sisters, the Tobago House of Assembly is wisdom understands the community of Charlotteville. We understand that you have high expectations of the area representative and most importantly, the PNM. But there was a project that we could not have undertaken as a result of lack of funding. Some we have opened new roads, and added to this, we have constructed several kilometers of retaining wall over the last 5 years. We have been instrumental in lobbying pipe-borne water for several areas in the community, but at the same time, we are very cognizant that there are still people in the community who are experiencing water challenges. But what has the People's Partnership done with regards to improving water infrastructure in the community? And I see the residents of Hermitage giving me a good wave because they have been articulating for pipe-borne water in the community of Hermitage. We have opened the health center, and so you have a world-class health center facility here for the people of Charlotteville. And we are focused on providing you with holistic services so that at the end of the day, you can practice and we can encourage wellness. Coming on stream will be your shopping mall project, and I'm very pleased that after 2 years of torture, after 2 years of fighting, that this mall project has finally started under the PNM administration and the Tobago House of Assembly. We will continue to work for you. Mr. Adams will tell you, the Secretary of Fisheries and other things, how we have collaborated to ensure that Charlotteville receives the best fishing facility in all of Tobago and by extension all of Trinidad and Tobago. Maintenance work will continue on the jetty, and in terms of social development, we have been funding quite a number of sports and youth organizations with regards to having football and sport competition and sport development programs in your community. Ladies and gentlemen, I can go on and on because I have oftentimes said that whatever program, whatever infrastructural project, whatever financial assistance that the Tobago House of Assembly has, some of it comes to the village of Charlotteville. And so when you look around, you will find that in this very small space, you have endless infrastructure, whether it be lights on the playing field, whether it be your ATM machine, whether it be a brand new fishing facility, whether it be a mall project, just name it. And it is right here in the community of Charlotteville, PNM style. We have provided grants for housing, we have provided grants for funerals, and we in the PNM continue to ensure that you in this electoral district are well represented. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to offer you once again, Ayana Webster Roy. We have walked the length and breadth of Charlotteville. We are walking the length and breadth of this constituency with a view to introducing you to a young lady who I am of the firm view can represent us very well in Parliament, who can represent us to ensure that the necessary funding and whatever resources that are due to the community and to all of Tobago is given to us. I have seen how Mrs. Webster interacts with the people. I know of her work because she worked with me in the Division of Community Development and Culture when I was the secretary there for about 3 years. I know of her passion, I know of her commitment, and most importantly, I know that she will work with me as the representative to represent you in this community and by extension this electoral district. And that is why today I have no trouble in endorsing a candidacy. That is why I have no trouble in introducing constituency offices. I have two. One in Speyside, which serves on Fort Speyside and Charlotteville, and also one in Castara, which serves Castara, Charlotteville, Ludgate, and Lansing. And I've said to her that she can utilize those offices to ensure that the people of the electoral district are represented. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to go out in your numbers. I urge you to demonstrate fortitude and tenacity in your decision making. I urge those who have said to me on my road and who have said to me time and time again that we not voted because of some personal issues to come out and support the PNM. It is not all the time that we can treat with your personal issues, but we have to look sometimes beyond personal issues and look to see how the People's National Movement and your area representative has delivered for you in your particular constituency. The point is, we have to look at the bigger picture at the end of the day. So come out in your numbers, come out and vote solidly for Ayala Western Roy in Tobago East. Come out and vote solidly for Charlotteville in Tobago West. Come out and vote resoundingly for Dr. P. Corey, the son of the soil. Come out and vote, most importantly, for the People's National Movement, an organization, a movement that has a plan for the development of self and country. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your representative, give her another round of applause. She has done us well, she has been working for us, and she will continue to work for us. But she has touched on so many issues, and she could have done so. She could have done so because she has been working for the people of land service spaces. It is not easy to stand on a platform as our representative and say to you so many programs and projects, one after the next without stopping. Because why? She has been doing the work, she has been working, and she has been working for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to recognize our Secretary for Health and Social Services. She too has played a role in the community of Charlotteville. Let us recognize her, Mrs. Claudia Gutfluk. And as I look to my left and listening to my representative, I recognize again our Secretary for Settlements and Labor. And I want to speak to you a bit on the work that he has been doing, providing homes affordable housing for people. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a policy of the People's National Movement. But we have been having some problems for the past 5 years, because every time we ask for an allocation to improve and build more houses, we did not get that amount. We did not get that money to ramp up the construction of houses in the region. And ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt, come September 8th, when our representative, our new member of parliament, Ayala Roy, takes office, more houses will be built in Tobago for the people of Tobago. I can guarantee you that. And as she spoke about the fishing facility, it touched my heart. Because I'm doing some work in that field. And one of the things we are trying to do is to improve passive standards of all fishing facilities in Tobago. And what that would mean is that When we improve the standard of how we deliver that product, internationally, it will boost us and enable our program that we are now undertaking under the Government Assembly in exporting to different countries. They will see us now as a government interpreter that is ready to export a proper product to the wider community and to the world. That is our aim. So when we speak about policy, we have the policies to affect change, not only in our community, but in that international space and the international community. Ladies and gentlemen, when the PNM touched down on September 7th, the whole place, the UNC will shut down. We will get rid of them once and for all in the landscape, the political landscape of Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to bring to you this evening the candidate for Tobago East. I too myself would have worked with the candidate in the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady is a worker. Whatever you put in her hands to do, she does it with passion. Ladies and gentlemen, she gets the work done. And for the past 5 years, some people they don't want to talk. But as long as we have life and health and breath in our bodies, we have to talk. Because we must remind them. And I have to remind you this evening, I had warned you about Brother and his topic. I warned you in Oxford. That woman came to me. She had a husband beside me. And right away I knew that was the wrong candidate. No one. And when you say these things, people get angry. But then when you send a candidate to the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, you send that candidate to represent you, to bring to you the best representation ever, to bring to you the fishing facilities, the health facilities, proper education for your children, housing, water, infrastructure. That is what you. And if you can't put a person there, somebody proper, and who is in their right mind, and I dare say, who is in their right mind? Because for the past couple of months, Brother Alice Toppin hasn't been in her right mind. She has been used as bait. And this evening, I've been trying to find out what kind of bait. And let me tell you something. That bait, he will throw her again. Fish her. But I have to tell you something. They chose us to represent us again. And you know what happened? A couple days, they kicked out. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be serious. You cannot be serious by putting a TOP representative again in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. You can't be serious. I have seen Charlotteville 420 people of Tobago, 20 people of Tobago, 420 people of Tobago, 1 later and other and added topic. They fall into a tree. They find our tree. Everywhere they turn to represent you, they fall them. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you this evening a candidate who was given her time, her expertise, or academic stature to the PNM. She has chosen, she has said she wants to be a representative and she wants to represent the people of Tobago East under the banner of the People's National Movement. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody who represents the PNM, it is not by accident. And I said to you before, we don't change. We can't change. We are the PNM of yesterday, today, and we will be the same PNM tomorrow. So ladies and gentlemen, stand with me. Join with me as I give you the next member of Parliament for Tobago East. The next member of Parliament who will bring strong and meaningful representation to you, Mrs. Ayana Webster Rowe.
Keep your eyes on the ball. Are you ready? I'm ready. PNM family, are you ready? I'm ready. Supporters, are you ready? I'm ready. It is indeed a pleasure to be in Charlotteville this evening. It is here I first full stay as a little girl. Yes, as a little girl. And it is here I come today declaring to you, as your next member of parliament, I will serve with dignity and pride. Ladies and gentlemen, look with me to acknowledge the head table. First of all, I want to say thank you to Mr. Eastman for doing an excellent job. Well done, Sarah. Honorable Chief Secretary and political leader of the Trade Council of the People's National Movement, Honorable Paul London, and I glimpse the lovely Mrs. London, good evening. Deputy Chief Secretary and your area representative, the hard-working, passionate, beautiful, down-to-earth Mrs. Tracy Davidson Celeste. My friend, my newfound friend, my companion on my walks, and the hard-working Secretary for the Division of Infrastructure and Public Utilities. I like to refer to as the delivery Melville. Mr. Gary Melville, a pleasant evening to you. I want to acknowledge all the secretaries and assistant secretaries who came out to support. I want to give special recognition to Assemblyman Robin Adams, my very good friend, Assemblyman Chloe Ruju, a mentor, Assemblyman Sheldon Cunningham, a friend as well, Councillor Leon a very good friend and a hard-working gentleman. All you lovely people of Charlotteville and environment, welcome, thank you for coming out and giving your support. Today, when I walked the leg, I was in pain. But every time I met an individual who said to me, push on and still as well. It was like a panel to my pain. So I say thank you for your support today. I want you to know the individual that you are going to put in office. The young lady who's coming to you, asking you for your support. The young lady who's pledging to serve you with integrity, to serve you with dignity, and serve you with pride. I mentioned before, first time full say was in Charlotteville, right across my Pirates Bay. And when I did that then, I fell in love with this community. So when I went into community service, Charlotteville was always close to my heart. Ladies and gentlemen of Charlotteville, I am Ayana Webster Rowe, a young lady from another fishing village called Roxborough, a young lady who comes from a strong support of family, church, and friends, a young lady who has international and local experience in community service, a young lady who is passionate about people and whose motto is empowering people and transforming community, a young lady who believes that she has been called into a time and a season to serve the people of Trinidad and Tobago and to do what her master placed her on this earth to do, to serve at a high level, but most importantly, to serve you in a God-fearing manner. I am your next member movement to me represents stability. It represents integrity. It represents commitment. It represents service. When I evaluated the party, and I did that at the age of 18, I decided that I wanted to be affiliated with that noble institution. Some people have argued what the PNM did first, but be kind to the pages of history. Do your homework, reflect. The People's National Movement has always served, and it will continue to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening I'm coming to you as part of a team of 41, a team that's coming to you on the banner of the People's National Movement, a team that can boast of having a son of the soil as the leader, a team that has made a commitment to transform Trinidad and Tobago, a team that has made a commitment to rebuild our economy, a team that has made a commitment to unite our people, a team that has made a commitment to restore peace in our land. Yes, I am coming to you as part of a team, and that is what sets me aside from all the others. Those who may come to you and ask you for the vote, they are coming to you on a foundation built on the hatred and lies. And I can say that clearly and without fear. They are coming to you on a foundation built on hatred and lies. Those other organizations coming to you, the Tobago organization, they have built a foundation based on hatred for the People's National Movement. Any foundation built on hatred cannot stand up in the face of trouble. Any foundation built on hatred cannot stand up to the storms of time. And that is why the PNM continues to stand, because our foundation was not built on hatred, it was not built on lies, it was built on a commitment to serve and to serve people well. Charlotteville, are you a part of this team? Charlotteville, are you a part of this Red Brigade team? I want you to understand this evening that this is a very crucial election. This election is not only about safeguarding Tobago, it is about safeguarding our nation. It is about safeguarding our heritage. It is about safeguarding the future of Trinidad and Tobago, so future generations can benefit from all the resources. This election is about making a wise decision and a correct choice. Brothers and sisters, if we reflect and review the last 5 years, we recognize that our country is in a downhill spiral. Trinidad and Tobago suffered under the Campbell regime. I'm in a fishing village, I don't stay here. So when I talk to you about fish, I'm talking to you with authority. We know that when a fish rotten, there's rotten from the head. So how can they tell us to get the party and just study the leader? If the party rotten, obviously the leader rotten. They can't tell us. We are people who come from fishing community. So we know when it's rotten, there's someone top. Yes, brothers and sisters. So all the way they're trying to monopolize with a Hamlet campaign for Hamlet 2015, we know that she's a powerful organization that is indeed rotten. An organization that has no intention for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. They are only here to serve their friends. Remember section 34? That was done to serve their friends. You remember Rashmi? She was their friend. And that is it, brothers and sisters. They have always need to serve their friends. They took all the food and used it to build their own. Yes, build their friends and their family. But what friend people of Trinidad and Tobago suffered? They used our votes and corrupted the system, corrupted it in such a way that Trinidadians started to question all the institutions called the parliament. They question whether or not the people was there to serve people and serve people well. I am coming to you to declare that I want to bring a good name to that institution. I am going to remember the good names and institution because I am going to come to you under a banner for the People's National Movement, an organization with a leader who is decent, a leader who is compassionate, a leader who is kind, a leader who is intelligent, a leader who loves people, a leader who has served and continues to serve. I am coming to you under the leadership of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. I'm also coming to you under the support and the leadership of a political leader in Tobago, Honorable Alden London. Men, I give proud to all my leaders in this game called politics. Brothers and sisters, when I speak to you, I speak the truth because I come to you and share information I gather on my walks. So I want to share with you some of the concerns of residents of Charlotteville. And I'm glad Mr. Hackett is here, better known as David, because when I walked Hamilton, he highlighted this for me, and I got into his passion and his concern for his community. Every time I speak on a platform, I speak about safeguarding our borders. I speak about protecting our fisher folk. You know why? Leonard brought that vision to me. He brought it to me and I bought it. He asked, how can we protect our borders? How can we protect our fisher folk? By this is their base of coastlands in Hermitage. By this is their base to ensure that all people are safe. Why is it their base to ensure that guns and drugs will come into our community? Leve, thank you for sharing that vision with me because I bought into it and I will pay for it. In my walks, I met another Hackett. A Hackett who asked me about the development of the tourism industry here in your community. He shared his passion. He shared his commitment for the development of the tourism sector. And he asked me, why? Why isn't there tourist facility at private state? And you know what? I bought into his vision. And I'm going to advocate for it because I made a commitment to work with each and every representative of the Tobago House of Assembly. So I'm going to ensure when I go to Trinidad, I articulate and I argue for funding to ensure Mrs. Celeste can deliver that to the people of Charlotteville. Thank you, Mr. Hackett, for sharing that vision with me. I bought into it and I'm going to advocate for it. When I met the Yates on my walk at Bel today, they didn't live up there, they were just passing through from the village. They cried out to me for the need for a consistent supply of pipe-borne water. They cried out for the need for electricity. Brothers and sisters, send a message to the Yates because I saw them leaving. Tell them that I am going to be their voice. I am going to articulate their concern. I am going to advocate for the rights in Hermitage. I am going to advocate for water supply, not just for Hermitage, but for all of Tobago, a consistent and reliable supply of water. And I can empathize with Yates because it's a burden I bear. On many occasions, I turn on my tap, no water. And if I can open a friend on the other day, then I goes for my pipe. So, Mr. Yates, I understand. And I am going to articulate your concerns when I get to Trinidad. I give you that commitment. Brothers and sisters of Charlotteville, there are many things people have asked. They have asked and I have listened and I have given you my commitment that I'm going to serve you. But I'm not the only person who's going to serve you. Champa is also part of this team. And from working with Champa, I realized that she's a genuine, passionate young person who really has to be what's best interests at heart. So together, Champa and I become a powerful two-man team in Trinidad representing Tobago. And I want to give you some of the things that we are going to commit to before we will receive a mandate from the Tobago Council. The issue of internal self-government that has been used as an election ploy. Brothers and I was in Trinidad yesterday, and I heard when I was declared as part of our manifesto promise, and I saw every delegate agree to that manifesto promise. So when the PNM says internal self-government of Tobago, better, but another internal self-government you're going to get, and to be delivered, PNM style, brothers and sisters. Because the People's National Movement went out into communities, we listened, so we know how we want it to be delivered, and that is how we are going to get it. Yes, Charlotteville, you are going to get your internal self-government. So, brigade, are you with me on this mission? Are you with me on this road to delivery? Are you with me on this road to development? Are you with Trump on this road to development and delivery? Let us keep it that way. Another deliverable that I can commit to is the whole issue of land regularization. When I went to Allied, I met a family. They said that they have land, but they don't have the correct title. And they were depending on that land to be a security grant-based farm to send a student away to study. And I felt for them. I felt because I know that wasn't a unique scenario. It's a common factor throughout all of Tobago. So when I get to Parliament, I'm going to ensure that that matter is addressed once and for all. And I can say this with confidence because the People's National Movement has agreed to address that situation. So to Tobagonians, give yourself a round of applause because when they vote wisely, they vote to secure land titles. Brothers and sisters, another issue that came up along my walks was the issue of representation of Tobago voice on the state board. I want to give you my commitment that both Shampa and I will work with the Tobago House of Assembly. And the fact that we are committed to working with the Tobago House of Assembly, we will ensure that there is a THA voice on every state board. One thing because we're young and pretty that we have no fire in the belly. Trust me, we have fire. So when we go down to Trinidad, don't expect us to be 2 years girls. No, because we have fire to ensure that any state board has THA voice on it. Yes, that is my promise, that is my guarantee. I spent some hours on the airport last night in Trinidad. I was fortunate that I could get and going to a relative's home to change. But I cried out for all the other Tobagonians who had to sleep on the airport last night. Because I did it once, and the outcome wasn't very nice. I ended up with one piece of headphone that took months to leave me. So I felt for the ladies and the babies who had to stay on the airport. Brothers and sisters, this is a situation we must address. So when we go to Trinidad, we are going to articulate and advocate for that whole inter-island transportation system to be dealt with once and for all. And what is my belief? My belief is this. If we give the THR more control of that, it will be run properly. Because we today will know that when our PNM Tobago system is working and delivering, is doing well. They have always delivered and served the people of Tobago. Another issue that keeps coming up on the campaign trail, brothers and sisters, is the whole issue of public transportation. And I have friends who, if they miss the bus to Charlotteville, they spend hours in the bus trying to get a car. And I can empathize with them because I too at one point in time used to depend on bus and maxi taxi service. Brothers and sisters, we have to ensure that PTSD service in Tobago is administered under the Tobago House of Assembly. We have to ensure that PTSD service in Tobago is reliable, that we have enough buses, that we have vehicles that are not only available but fulfill our green mandate. We don't want anyone smoking doors pollute our environment. The goals are aimed for clean, green mandates. So when they send vehicles to Tobago to run as us, they must send something that works towards fulfilling our mandate and our branding of Tobago. Clean, green, safe and serene. Brothers and sisters, my promise, my guarantee to you is I'm going to advocate to ensure to deliver to the people of Charlotteville and all the people of today want to be able East. Brothers and sisters, you are the converted. There's a message that you have to communicate to all of Tobago. Just as I believe that the People's National Movement is the only choice and the best choice for Tobago, I want you to be an agent. Go up there and convert with those from the other side. Go up there and share the vision for Tobago under the People's National Movement. Go up there and make all the undecided decide, put their heads by the balisade. We can't think that we have to live already. There is work to be done. I want each and every individual to go there and get the job done. We have to ensure that the two Tobago seats go to the People's National Movement. How would it look if your PNM government in place and the two members of parliament don't belong to the People's National Movement? To be honest, because of the real voltage. So we have to make sure that when the People's National Movement forms the next government, the two Tobago seats is also considered a PNM stronghold. Yes, brothers and sisters, I'm still have confidence because yesterday Trinidad showed the commitment. Trinidad showed that Trinidad has gone well. So I want all of you to be able to show that they were too. When I was in Good Square yesterday, I paused. They were standing on edge because all of Trinidad came out in support. But all of the People's National Movement, they came out in support of our own Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, all Tobago boy. You know, some people like fertilizer and propaganda, and they say, Trinidad and really want our next Tobago Prime Minister. Well, yesterday, I realized that I was a great big lie. Trinidadians love Dr. Rowley. So to be honest, we have to love our own too. We have to promote him. When they fight him, we must build him up. When they criticize him, we must praise him. When they demonize him, we must make people like us saints. He's our own. He's our own son of the soil. Brothers and sisters of Charlotteville, I'm urging you to vote and vote wisely. This is a very crucial time. Our heritage, as I said before, our heritage is at stake. Our lands are at stake. Our freedom is at stake. So I'm urging you to vote and vote wisely. When you go out on September 7th, vote for stability, vote for security, vote for your children, vote for your children's children, vote to save not only Tobago, vote to save our nation. And if you take my advice, and you go and you vote very wise, come to September 7th, when the last ballot is counted, we can all stand together and sing a shout of praise. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. And it shall always prevail. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the candidates has presented to you our plans and program for the next 5 years. And I'm sure you will agree that your research and your walking through the communities, listening to people, she is well prepared to represent you on September 8th. Give the candidate another round of applause. And this evening, I spoke with her, and she said to me, I am here trying to put together my speech to present to the people of Charlotteville. And I want to reiterate all the concerns of the villagers of Charlotteville. But as I look at the presenting, I was watching to see if she would have looked down into her iPad. And more time she did. Ladies and gentlemen, your candidate, she is ready to serve you. She is willing to serve you. And she's asking you to give her that opportunity on September 7th. Give her another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Because in order for you to get this representation, you must encourage your friends, your families, to come out on September 7th and vote solidly for the People's National Movement. And she told you that she has an attack team for self and Charlotteville in the West who will work to bring proper and meaningful representation to the people of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, let us thank again all candidates, Ayana, Webster, Roy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting there. And we have been fortunate to have a leader in Tobago, and I say a leader. We are very fortunate to have a leader in Tobago in the person of Orville Delano London. But I tell you something, there are so many things that differentiates our leader from the other leaders. Our leader is stable. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it again, our leader is stable. And if you want proper representation, you must first be stable. Our leader is bright. Our leader is intelligent. Our leader, I must say, is a diplomat. And I've seen so many other leaders from up in Tobago and where. And I doubt any one of those leaders can put their foot in our leaders' shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, you are fortunate. You are blessed to have a leader that led us into Tobago, into prosperity, into great infrastructural development, improvement of our health sector, improvement in employment, improvement in every area possible that improve the lives of Tobagonians. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you this evening a leader who was in the Senate, a leader who became the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, a leader who led our party in the 2013 election, 12-0 victory, a leader who is the deputy political leader of the People's National Movement for Tobago Affairs, a leader who knows and cares our people, a leader who is down to earth, a leader you can walk to and talk to, who you can work with, Ladies and gentlemen, join with me, stand with me, as I give you the right of Toronto, the leader of the Tobago Council, our leader, our Chief Secretary, our deputy president leader, the Honorable Orville Delano London. Charlotteville, good evening. PNM family, good evening. It's really good to be here. Let me take the opportunity to recognize a lady
you know, I take great pride, a representative who has always demonstrated a love for and concern for our community. Your own representative and our Deputy Chief Secretary, Mr. Crazy Davis himself. And we had a secretary used to call Hilton working Sunday. And now we praise him by his remembering. Secretary of the Construction Public. I want to take some time to tell you I am in the PNM. When we did months ago, I know some of you all is apprehensive. But every time you hear the name, every time you recognize how well she interfaces with people, and you come face to face with the level of sincerity which she is exuding, you know that we have chosen well. The PNM has chosen well a couple months ago, and you will choose well on September 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now Mr. Roy, in whom you all very, very proud. I must confess, brothers and sisters, that I am in a good mood this year. You know, I know it's going to be a long campaign, and sometimes you get a little tired. But I must say that I feel very energized this year. And I feel energized for a number of reasons. I feel energized because I'm in Charlotteville. I don't take holidays. I haven't taken holidays since I became Chief Secretary. And people ask me how do you survive? I say, well, when things become overwhelming, I come to Charlotteville and spend a couple of days. And that is what I've been doing over the years. And every time I come here, I feel relaxed, energized, motivated again. So I want to say thank you to Charlotteville and thank you to the people of Charlotteville for allowing me these moments. But I'm also happy to be in Charlotteville because the people of Charlotteville have always voted wisely. Whether we lose in any other part of the Tobago, we know that the white people of Charlotteville, the white people from this eastern portion of the Tobago, those white people are going to vote wisely. And I want to thank Charlotteville for its support of the People's National Movement over the decades. And I know that you will continue to vote wisely in the future. But I am the most comfortable because I am still affected positively by what happened at Woodford Square yesterday. Any PNM who was there or who saw what was going on at Woodford Square will recognize that the People's National Movement is ready for governance. And they're ready for governance not only because of the thousands and thousands of people who were there at Woodford Square. As I said, I've been at Woodford Square for the past 20 years. And it was the largest ever crowd that I have seen in Africa. And, you know, as a friend of mine said, you want to be good talk. We're free now. But besides the fact that the crowd would have given me some confidence, I felt good because we in Tobago would have got the message, I hope, that this is in fact not a Tobago House of Assembly election. It's a general election in which all of Trinidad and Tobago is involved, a general election in which there are common issues. You see, sometimes we in Tobago tend to isolate ourselves from what is happening in the rest of the country. And that is always dangerous. Because we must accept as Tobagoans that what happens in the rest of the country eventually affects us, and we've got to always remember that. And we in Tobago are some fortunate because over the past 5 years, many of the atrocities which directly impacted on our brothers and sisters in Trinidad. Those atrocities did not affect us in Tobago because we had the buffer in the Tobago House of Assembly. But that can change if we do not do the right thing on September the 7th. And one of the things about which I felt very good about is I saw the crowd and I saw the team. And I recognize the quality of the team that will represent Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago. Every single constituency in Trinidad and our 2 constituencies in Tobago are represented by people of caliber, people of commitment, people of integrity, and people of values. And I think all of us would have shared our pride as Tobagoans when we saw our 2 candidates walk down into the crowd and knew that we are going to send to Trinidad 2 representatives who are going to make sure that they do what is necessary and what is right for the people of Tobago. But it was also evident that we had a leader of class and a leader of character. Because when I listened to Dr. T. speak, as they have been speaking to the country over the past few years, and I heard him roll out some of the plans that he had for Trinidad and Tobago. And having just come from City Hall, where Mr. Colbert had spoken to us, giving us snippets of the manifesto. And then I saw the amount of thought that had gone into that manifesto. When I saw the seriousness that had gone into the research, and recognized that here you had a path that utilized its time in governance to study Trinidad and Tobago, to study the challenges that Trinidad and Tobago face. I recognize that we have a leader, and we have a leader with a manifesto with the kind of plans and programs and projects that will take Trinidad and Tobago out of the morass that we have in place over the past 5 years. I am saying to you, therefore, that we cannot just say that we are ready. We are ready to deliver to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We are ready to save this country, because this country of Trinidad and Tobago needs saving. And the only way that we can do that is to put people in Parliament who can bring us back from the brink. Because, brothers and sisters, I told you that I'm in a good mood, but I'm also in a very serious mood. Because these are very, very serious times. All these are $40 a barrel and dropping. And while oil was at $40 and dropping, the government is spending money as if it is going out of style. But probably spoke about something yesterday. I don't know if it missed any of you. That the government is signing postage checks. Now, if I sign a postage check, it means that I know I don't have any money in the bank. And I hope that I get money in the bank by the time the check becomes due. But many of those checks are dated the 8th of September. Now we know that the government knows that it cannot get any additional revenue between now and the 8th of September. So all that they are doing is finding ways and means to start projects. They know there is no money to pay for the projects. And if they lose, as they know they will, the government that comes in has to treat one of those as one of their challenges. And it is in that context that I want us all to bear in mind that in the challenging times ahead, we in Tobago have got to make sure that we have representatives who are going to be loyal to Tobago and Tobago alone, and who are not going to allow themselves to be in any way influenced by any other obligation or any other objective but to take care of the people of the league. And it is in that context that I want to share with you the danger signs. Because you know, in 2010, we had 5 parties coming together to form the partnership. The UNC, the MSJ, MJAC, COP, and TOP. And what has happened over the last 5 years? Look at what is happening in 2015. Now there is no UNC, there's Canada. And now there are no 4 parties. You don't know what's going on there that they call the 3 stooges. What you know are the Canada and the 5 stooges. The COP and MJAC in Trinidad, and TOP forwards and what's in Tobago. That is what we have for governance. That is what is coming to us and asking for votes. And I'm saying in the same way that the COP and MJAC will be destroying it in Trinidad, in the same way we've got to ensure that TOP forwards and what's to do are destroying in Tobago East, because they have nothing good for us in the future. We can tell you something. I tell you something. The UNC or Canada, if you get anything from her, we got to pay the price. We saw that in 2010. The representatives accepted the bribes and the managements, and they allowed themselves to be bought, and they remained bought for 5 years. And even when they knew that their particular political future was being jeopardized, they were so well bought that they could do nothing about it. And they eventually end up being sacrificed. But at the end of the day, while they were being sacrificed, they were carrying out the dictates of their masters in Trinidad. In 2010, we can excuse ourselves. We can say that we were angry. We can say that we didn't know. In 2015, after 5 years of abuse by the UNC, after 5 years of betrayal by the TOP representatives, after what we have seen, where for the first time in the history of Tobago, we actually have representatives of Tobago actively undermining the Tobago House of Assembly. When we have representatives of Tobago deliberately frustrating programs and policies that were meant to assist us, we are saying to you, we cannot allow that to happen again. Because regardless of what you may say, you have to accept the fact that their loyalty is not to Tobago, their loyalty will be to the United Nations. The Canada will have released the names or presented the candidates. And among the candidates presented by Canada Prasad was, of course, the 2 TOP representatives, Joseph Frederick in Tobago East and Natasha Second in Tobago West. So we know where they are. But forwards Tobago is playing their smart, and they are not giving you, the people, the vote. I don't know if you all read the papers yesterday. There's a very interesting statement there coming from one of the UNC leaders, where he said that there were talks being held, accommodation talks being held between the Ethiopian forwards to be the talks broke down. But what is the red flag that you've got to recognize is that talks were either held or talks have been arranged, and the people doing that was the United Nations. I am saying to you, people of Charlotteville, that all of us have got to understand that in the final analysis, it is going to be a choice between PNM and US. No other political party has any chance of forming governance in the league. So when Christine Moore says that Keith Rowley is not fit to lead Trinidad and Tobago, she is in fact telling you that the other candidate, Kamala Prasad-Desesa, is a fit person to lead Trinidad. In a situation where she recognizes what would have happened to us in Tobago under the stewardship of Kamala Prasad-Desesa. And every speaker today has hinted as to how we in Tobago have been jeopardized, or we in Tobago have suffered because of the failure of the central government to do the obvious. A lot of things that they did or did not do, they did I feel out of sheer spite and vindictiveness, especially after the leaking of 2013. You heard me speak about the situation with water. And if you examine what happened before 2013, and the approach and the posture of WASA before 2013 and after 2013, you will recognize the difference. After 2013, they suddenly said they didn't have any money to the state here go down. After 2013, the flurry of activity, when they were doing all the lines and so on, that stopped. After 2013, they stopped digging wells, and then they tried to normalize 2 months ago and dig a couple wells. After 2013, the Southwest Wastewater Treatment Plant, which they were supposed to put down, the plant that they were supposed to put down in Southwest Tobago, in order to ensure that we can maintain our clean, green, safe, and serene brand. Suddenly they have no money to do that, and answer the Tobago House of Assembly for that. After 2013, the action that they were starting in order to have the sewer system in Scarborough environs attached to the general sewer system, the houses, sorry, attached to the general sewer system, suddenly they knew nothing about that. So when they talk in their foolishness, tell them that we in Tobago know that we now have a water crisis, and that water crisis would have been averted if they did the right thing and did the right thing consistently, regardless of the results of the TT lecture. Tell them I see that. I want us also to understand that even if there have been development in Tobago, the development in Tobago has been seriously frustrated by the refusal of the central government to do what is reasonable. Mr. Isaac is here. With respect to housing, a number of you from Tobago are clamoring for housing. And I'm saying to you that we approached the central government on numerous occasions and gave them various scenarios that they can assist us in achieving our objectives to provide Tobagoans with more affordable housing. We told them, okay, if you don't have money in cash, the money that you are getting in loans and grants and bonds and so on, give us a portion of that. We said, okay, we don't want to give us cash, you don't want to give us all the money you're getting in grants and loans and bonds. Allow us to borrow, because we have a proper credit rating. We have banks and financial institutions that are willing to come out and assist us. They say, So in other words, they expect us to use the $23 million that we have, which will be 25, 30 houses, and that, as far as they are concerned, will be the quantum of houses that we can deliver to the people of the land. And when we do as any government will do, and any householder will do, which is to save money from 1 year so that you can go into the next to guarantee that you can carry on moving a little bit better before that because and we see that I am saying to us as Tobagoans that what we need is the kind of relationship with the central government, where the Tobago House of Assembly as a responsible institution can stand with the central government as a responsible and sensible institution and say these are the needs of the people of Tobago. This is the way the needs can be fulfilled, and we ensure that we find strategies to fulfill those needs. And I am saying, with a PNM THA headed by our government, and a PNM central government headed by another Tobagoan, Dr. T. Brown, and with 2 conscientious Tobagoans, Chapter Kojoan and Ayana Westborough in the Parliament, I am certain that a number of these issues will be resolved, and the quality of life of the people of Tobago will in fact be improved. And that is the commitment that we make. Because you see, when we stand on a platform as PNM, It is not like that we promise to deliver. I say to you tonight, and I've said in almost every community, Ayana Webster Roy and Charlotteville are the only two candidates in this election who can tell you when we go down, we will. Not we will try. We will. You know why? Because they know that the PNM is going to form the next government of Trinidad. And they know, unlike the others, that the PNM has made a commitment as a party and therefore as the party controlling the central government, that the PNM has made a commitment to ensure that the needs of the people of the people will be given priority. So when we talk central government, giving the Tobago House of Assembly self-government, we can guarantee that because we know that that has already been decided in the People's National Movement. Nobody else can do that. So anytime anybody comes and says, go in and give you self-government, tell them, because they have to be one in government and they have to ensure that they have the kind of influence in the political party to guarantee that that political party will be yourself. When we speak, when Ayana was speaking with respect to the question of regularization of the status of people on land, the land regularization, she could have told you that all that is necessary is for us to resume the process which we started and which was almost concluded in 2010. In 2010, the government of Trinidad and Tobago, the then PNM government, had prepared 3 bills, and those 3 bills were to go to Parliament to resolve the question of land tenure in Tobago once and for all. What did these people do? They came in, they got rid of the bills, allowed them to lapse, and for 5 years, all we got is Mama. And then, a month before election, President Moy would come and tell Tobago and I fix that. Fix what? He thinks that he's stupid. Well, I know Charlotteville people wise, Tobago people wise, Tobagoans wise, and then they're taking them alive. What we have to do is to put in the parliament responsible representatives, to put in the parliament a responsible leader, and that particular situation will be resolved in the shortest possible time, because it is a situation where the information is already there, the strategy is already there, the commitment to implementation is there, and in those circumstances, it will be done. It will be done under PNM government. It will be done under your Tobago East representative, Ayana Webster. I want all of you, as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and as residents of Tobago, to also understand that there are a number of other issues which have to be dealt with and dealt with quickly. The issue, for example, for fishermen in Charlotteville, the issue of piracy, the issue of protection of the water, the issue of crime, all of those issues are linked to protecting our borders. And I, for the life of me, will never understand why the government that is serious about crime would have arranged to destroy a system that was set up to prevent crime. And because of that, all of us are suffering. When fishermen go out to sea, they don't know what to happen. Pirates have become the order of the day. One of the reasons why we in Trinidad and Tobago, whether you live in Charlotteville, in Scarborough, in Point 14, in Carolina, even if the situation in Tobago is not as bad as in Trinidad, we actually have a situation where we in Tobago do not feel as confident as we should be. And one of the reasons is because our borders are so porous, the funds are coming in, and when they come in, of course, they give the criminals more power. That has got to be addressed. and it will be addressed by a government that does not have criminals in the tracks. When you put in government, individuals who do not have criminal intent, they can in fact ensure that they do what is necessary. And I'm saying that one of the things you can guarantee in the parliament, in PNM parliament, is that there are people of integrity, people of honesty, people who do everything that is possible to ensure that the issues are dealt with and that the projects are implemented and the strategies are implemented to ensure that crime is dealt with. I also want the people of Charlotteville to recognize what will happen if we make the wrong choices. All of us have been in relationships, whether it is a boss, whether it is in the children, and in those relationships, we have situations where we have to make a choice. I am certain that all of us have seen and sometimes experience abusive relationships. And in an abusive relationship, the abuser works in a particular way. In fact, there's what you might call an abuse cycle, where you are abused for 4 or 5 years, 10 years, take your licks, take your kick, take your wood. And then when you back to go, and the abuser realizes you're going, what does the abuser do? Bring out the chocolate, beg you, kiss you, promise you. And the day that you put on that bag and walk back in that house, the abuse is equal. I am saying that Trinidad and Tobago, the people of Tobago, the people of Tobago East, and the people of Charlotteville must see themselves as abused. We have had a 5-year cycle of abuse, and in classic style, as we pick up our bags to go, or we decide to throw the woman and the people out of the house, the brides come in. The blandishments, the smiles, the promises. But in the same way that if the abused spouse takes back the abuser, the abuse is worse. I am saying that if we take back the UNC or take back Kabla and a plan after 2015, the abuse after 2015 will be worse than what we experienced before 2015. I am saying if we do that, we will deserve them. Because this time around, we know and we have a responsibility to do the right. And it is not that we do not have a choice. This time around, you have a choice. We have given to you a woman of character, a woman of courage, a woman whose track record has demonstrated sensitivity to the needs of people. A woman who has worked with people throughout the length and breadth of Tobago, understands Tobago's problems, understands the issues that are important to the owners, and is willing and has the capacity and the inclination to deal with those issues. And it's in that context that I want to recommend very, very strongly. And I want you to go and recommend very, very strongly Ariana Webster. Because it's a point that I make throughout, and it makes repetition throughout the length and breadth of the day, that the people who come to political meetings have a responsibility. The people who come to political meetings have a responsibility to spread the message. The people who come to political meetings have a responsibility to go out into the highways and byways and let people understand, especially those people who consider themselves to be undecided. Because this election is not just an election about Ariana Webster or the People's National Movement or Keith Rowley. This is an election where people have to vote for themselves. People have to vote for their own protection. People have to vote for their own survival. People have to vote for their own development. Because if we do not make the right decision, regardless of your political coloration, you are going to be bewildered. And I want us to understand. The whole Caribbean knows, the region knows, the world knows. I stood in amazement. And I tell you what, to hear a former governor of New York come down to Trinidad and publicly lambaste the central government of Trinidad and Tobago. You know what it took for somebody to do that? You know set up somebody has to be to come in. And this is not any ordinary individual. Because former governor, he understands the diplomacy. He understands the intricacies of international relations. But for a man to leave New York and come down here and make that kind of statement, you can understand what is the kind of reputation that Trinidad and Tobago has in the eyes of the United States and the eyes of the rest of the world. In a situation where Central Bank Governor Terence Farrell is able to come out of his academic chair and tell the world, do not put back those people in power. So that as far as I'm concerned, this is not about whether you're PNM or you're not PNM. This is about whether you love Trinidad and Tobago, whether you love Tobago, whether you love Tobago East, but most importantly, whether you love yourself, whether you love your children, whether you love your community. Because this is a survival. The mistake that we made in 2010 could be forgiven. Not 2050. The issues are too stark. The atrocities are too devastating for us to have any excuse to do the wrong thing on September 7th. And I'm saying to us, therefore, brothers and sisters, that we in the Tobago House of Assembly have done what we can do and what we have to do. We have gone through the process. We have selected good candidates in Tobago and in Trinidad. We have a manifesto that is carefully thought out and treats with all the issues. We have a special section on Tobago that was put down there by Tobagoans. But I'm saying to you, we can only implement. We can only implement if we do the right thing on September 7th. But something that we've done for you, because sometimes we forget. One of the things that this government will have done, and it is one of the ironies, they have inflicted so many atrocities on us in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, that one atrocity places us in a position where we forget the others. And therefore we want to help you. And in circulation at this point in time, in the public domain, I don't go with it, but it's an excellent, is 133 pages of lies, deceptions, blunders, and deceptions. And in this pamphlet here, there were 300 of them. I want to tell you, the people make them. Our people make the book. Then on data, take it. But then Aristotle make it. Christian Moore make it. All of them are here in this document on lies, deceptions, blunders, and deceptions. As I said, there are 300 of them on over 100 pages. And each of the major players in the politics of Trinidad and Tobago on the other side have the distinction in being on dealing with. In other words, you are going to have to say, brothers and sisters, if you are to remember when they are in topic, what do you remember? I don't want to tell you. What do you think that stands out when Alan Tobin's name is called? What do you think that stands out But then one baker's name is called Lomata. What is the thing that will stand out if Christy Moore's name is called? Nothing. Because in Christy Moore, she was Minister of Justice. And I'm saying to you that all of those things that the central government had to do that they did not do will be done. That is why I can stand here in Charlotteville and say among the priorities that we will have to treat with in the very early years of this new dispensation will be the prison at home that Christy Moore came to my office and spoke to me about with her team, where the plans had already been approved, where the land was given, and today we don't have a roof about it. The police station that they were supposed to build in 2010 and they ended the contract, we want to take it up. The public transportation system, that is that Ayana spoke about, all of those are issues to be addressed. All of those will be work that has to be done by Ayana, by Champa, and the People's National Movement in conjunction with the Big House of the Senate. And the final thing I want to say to you, brothers and sisters, is that we in Tobago have to bear in mind, and I want to end where I start. We in Tobago have to bear in mind that in the final analysis, the quality of life of the Tobagonian depends primarily on the Tobago House of the Senate. It is the Tobago House of the Senate that deals with your education, with your health, with your sport, with your community development, with your culture, with your social services, almost every aspect of life that deals with you personally, your roads, your bridges, your schools, everything. It means, therefore, that the Tobago House of Assembly needs a central government that will facilitate the Assembly in carrying out its duties. And it is in that context that I am very confident, or let me put it differently, I am much more comfortable after September the 7th than I am at present. Much more confident. Because I know that after September the 7th, there will be a central government that is prepared to work with the Tobago House of Assembly, that is prepared to collaborate with the Tobago House of Assembly. Not only because it is a PNM central government, but because it is a central government that empathizes with Tobago and the needs of the people. It is a central government that understands the role and function of the Tobago House of Assembly and will give the Tobago House of Assembly the respect and the resources that it needs in order to carry out its duties. It is in that context that I say to you, dear brothers and sisters, as we stand here in this beautiful place on this beautiful evening, that we in Tobago have a responsibility to do what is necessary so that we can enhance what nature has given to us. And the only way that we can do that is if we have the resources, and if we have the commitment, and if we have the collaboration. And the only way that we can guarantee that level of commitment, that quality of collaboration, is if we do in fact have a central government under Dr. T. Crowley and our representative, Ayana Western. On September 7th, brothers and sisters, you have an opportunity to correct a 5-year-old wrong. On September 7th, you have an opportunity to start eradicating the blight that has been put on this country for the past 5 years. On September 7th, there is an opportunity and a responsibility to restore dignity and decency in the government. On September 7th, you have a responsibility to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago can once again earn the respect of the region and the world. On September 7th, you have an opportunity and a responsibility to give yourself a better chance for a better quality of life. And the only way that you can achieve these objectives, brothers and sisters, is to do the right thing on September 7th. The vote was overwhelmingly for Champa Kojo in Tobago. And the vote just as overwhelming for your very worthy candidate in Tobago East, Ayana Western. so that we in Tobago can add our 2 seats to those that will be won in Trinidad. And when the final count is made, and we have passed that magical figure of 21, let us join our brothers and sisters in Trinidad and say, yes, Trinidad and Tobago has returned to the right path. Tobago and the Tobago House of Assembly can now be in a position where they can deal with Tobago people's business in a reasonable manner that will benefit everyone. And then when we know that Tobago's business is taken care, that Trinidad business is taken care, that the business of Trinidad and Tobago will be well taken care of under a PNM administration, then we can see PNM has saved Trinidad and Tobago's points to save Trinidad and Tobago once again. And with confidence and pride, we will bring it out. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and it shall be great. I thank you, brothers and sisters, darling.
Ladies and gentlemen, sweeping time again. September 7th, we will sweep them out of sight. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure you will agree with me as I presented to you our leader, the deputy political leader, and our chief secretary, the Honorable Orville. He has delivered to you this evening. Give him another